What's up, guys? It's Mikebot here, and welcome to For Mother Matron, a free game on Steam that I came across while looking for games that I think I'd like to record in front of you guys. So I don't know anything about this game, except it seems like a very story-driven game, and I think it'll be a very enjoyable experience. It's also, I'm pretty sure, a horror game. You could probably tell based on just the cover here. Let me explain things you probably already know. Anyway, let's get started. Play. The pessimist's credo, or one of them, is that non-existence never hurt anyone, and existence hurts everyone. Oh. My consciousness swirls in a inky black river of nothing. It feels familiar. I've been here before. Every time I am here, I always think it's going to last forever. And yet, wakefulness. Somehow, my consciousness stirs. Where am I? I feel so strange. Deeply numb and lost, almost. I rack my brain trying to make sense of things. Questions that should have been obvious answers. Questions that should have obvious answers. None come to me. Questions such as, where am I? Who am I? What has happened to me? What do I know? Wait, what do I know? I know I exist. I know I breathe. I know this room is disgustingly warm despite its cold walls. I know that horrible wet sound is driving me mad. I know red blood flows through my veins. I know my heart pumps that blood beat by beat. I know that inside of my stomach bubbles and burns with acid. I know my bladder feels like it's about to burst, filled with urine. Gross. I know my intestines pipe shit. I'm not against saying it, I'm just... Why? Why? But not much else. I don't remember what distinguishes me from any other sack of meat. I rack my brain. I reach back as far as my mental arm can reach, underneath the old shell full of baggage that writhes unpleasantly and glares at me, despite having no eyes that I can perceive. The weight of the shelf is crushing my arm. The act of recalling it is in itself painful. It would be easier to just leave it all there. In the dark where I might be forgotten forever, just like most of the people that were sent down there into those hopeless tunnels. To the place I lost myself and everything. But no, I won't forget. I have to remember, or no one else will. I reach back further. The weight of a sharp corner starts to scrape layers of my skin as I reach further in. Finally, my mental hand clasps around something, a small and soft object that compresses under my fingers. I pull my arm out from under the shelf. The sharp corners gouge my arm open. A crimson river runs rapid and splashes onto the floor. Except, how? My arms never moved. I'm not even bleeding. God, he's going freaking crazy. I felt it though. I felt my skin shredding. I heard the sound. I can even still feel the object between my fingertips. What am I holding? Why, it was just what I was looking for. It's a memory. It's small and hovers like faint smoke in the air, but it's a start. A pathway to more. Yes, I'm starting to remember now. Lizzie. That's it. That's my name. My name is Lizzie. It's nice to meet you. That's only that's only a start of the breadcrumb trail, though. I have to follow it. It's easier to live through a memory when you can share it with someone. You'll listen, won't you? You'll help me retrace my steps. Good, good. I never answered. My God, just assuming things. Gah, Lizzie. God, you suck. Oh, but where to begin? Where should the dark fade? Where should I? Oh, okay, hold on.
Wake up!
Voice acting? Huh? Okay, I just read my lines. Okay. That actually kind of makes sense. I like that.
Finally. Jeez. You were out cold, Liz.
No wonder she felt everything. It was a dream. God, no wonder it was so weird. What? I was covered in sweat, my eyes darting around like flies to figure out my surroundings. I was in the hangover of a dream, of a deep dream that clung to me like glue. In front of me was the blurry shape of a person, a boy, young man, male at least. He's staring at me with concern and frustration. Where am I? Who are you? He frowns at me.
You really were out there to the world, huh? You're at the workshop, Lizzie. In Pack Rat, where you work. And I'm technically your boss, though I like to think we're all on the same team here. My name is Fred. Starting to ring any bells yet?
The only bell that's getting rung is the asshole alarm, you little shit.
He needs some milk!
Oh, right. And, what do I do? Looking at him now, Fred gives me the impression of a chubby bear. His face almost has a snout. His nose twitches back and forth when he's not talking. Maybe it's dust irritating his nostrils? He pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his eyes.
Please tell me you're kidding.
Oh, okay, hold on. Nope, no jokes here. I have memory loss because I slept way too hard. I suppose even with no memory, it's not that hard to deduce. There's sewing machines throughout the room, and I'm seated at one. Yeah, you freaking moron. What else would you be doing? Clearly, I sew. I think I may even have sewn the sweater I'm wearing. I must be good at it, too. It's soft and comfy. Then again, I can see little scars speckled on my fingers. Were they scars of experience or scars of clumsiness? Let's say it was the former. I let out a little chuckle and smile. Yeah, I am. How'd you go in there, huh? In truth, I was only half kidding, but I assumed and hoped I'd start remembering the other parts once I woke up more. Fred didn't find the joke quite as funny.
You people sometimes. Tell you what, Lizzie. You're clearly running low on steam. I really shouldn't do this, but you need the rest. The Mother Matron won't appreciate your slacking. Perhaps you can make it up in the coming weeks. Go home, get some sleep. Maybe stop by Spruce's clinic too. Get a checkup. You have 2 days off, max.
Okay, I actually kind of take that back. He sounds like a shithead, but like he doesn't seem too bad actually. Except, where was home? Wake up, me! I sat there for a moment trying to remember where to go. Oh my God!
Lizzie! Go!
Yeah, get out of here, Lizzie, before the sewing machines come to turn into brain monsters and eat you. Yes, sir. But yeah, he kind of reminds me of, like, you know, Jane Jonah Jameson, because he seems like a piece of shit. But then when actually, like, when you need him most, or like once you get to know him more, he actually is a lot nicer. Cause like J. Jonah Jameson, he might be an asshole, but like if things get really rough, he's not gonna like throw you under the bus for his own needs. Warily, I stumble out of the workshop. I feel exhausted to my bones, aches and throbbing pain deeply seated in my flesh. There's a dreamlike haze resting on the world around me. It feels unfamiliar. Ooh, I like this. Clearly, this is a place I should know. This is apparently where I work. And yet, I have no idea where I am. Right, I remember better now. Okay, Rooktown, Matron's Plaza, no buy, market, junks, pack whatever, shipyard, forgot. God damn it. The boss was correct. I was in Pack Rat right now. Named so because of how densely filled the areas are. Every building here is some kind of workshop or storage zone. Some places here are packed so full that you barely can walk around them. That's some weird wording. Anyway, though fortunately the place I worked was roomier. More broadly speaking, I'm in the boarding, the town, city I call home. A secluded place enclosed in makeshift walls made from whatever was available. Scrap metal, old furniture, repurposed rubble. Outside the walls is an endless miasma of frogs and of fog and that obscures things. No one's really seen what's out there, and anyone that's attempted to explore the mists has never returned. If I had to describe this place, I guess I'd say it's like a half-empty glass filled with dirty water. The glass is fragile too. Does that make any sense? Well, it does to me anyways. More important than metaphors, though. I know where home is now, and I could feel it deep in my bones that I needed to sleep. My thoughts are interrupted by a lump beneath my shoe, and the panicked yelp of a small rodent. I lift my foot, and the thing scurries back under the grate beneath my feet. There, below the street, is a tunnel full of thousands and thousands of rats scurrying for dear life through endless canals. I doubt the poor things even know where they're going. Probably not, but that is pretty dang scary, seeing a sewer grate full of rats that could honestly probably flood the city and no one would be able to do anything about it. The one I stepped on somehow managed to climb its way up out of the grating, only for my clumsiness to scare it back where it came. I kind of felt awful inside for that. Throughout the boarding is a network of tunnels designed to funnel the endless swarm of rats underneath our feet. No one knows where the little creatures all come from, but they flow like water beneath the streets. Thousands upon thousands of rats compacted against each other, covered in filth and God knows what else. Waste matter clumped in their fur. Our primary source of protein. Some kids have to fish for rats. sorting through ones that are too sick and diseased to eat and ones healthy enough for consumption. My God. The yield is never particularly high, and the rats never particularly taste good unless you know how to prepare them. The one I stepped on and had to have been rather spry, the poor thing. I can only hope maybe my unintentional intervention gave it more time before some kid impaled it on a stick and roasted it. Blech, I don't want to think about this anymore. I decided to keep walking to Spruce's clinic. Hello, Spruce? You there?
Yes, I'll be right there. Stitching someone up back here. Please, take a seat.
I sit down on a stiff chair with minimal padding. It makes my tailbone ache, but I'll endure it. Spruce is known as the resident healer of the boarding. She taught herself by reading pharmacological and medical books she found in the library, as well as through experimentation. This isn't to say there aren't others that try their hand at medicine, but to put it simply, none of them are as good as Spruce. If she can't fix you up, you're out of luck. She walks in the room.
Ah, Lizzie. Been a while. Those are some dark bags under your eyes. Working long hours? Not sleeping lately?
Guess not. I passed out at work today. Fred told me I should see you. She rolls her eyes and gives a fake laugh.
Ah, of course he would. You have to be sick. It can't be his fault at all, right? Jerkwad.
I guess that's another way of looking at it. I don't know how I feel about that guy.
Let's give you a checkup anyways. Follow me to the exam room.
A small joke is the exam room is just across from where I'm sitting. She gestures for me to sit on one of the beds, and after doing so, she does her usual routine. Oh. Checks my blood pressure, pulse, shines a light down my ears, nose, and mouth, slightly strikes a mallet on my knee. Oh yeah. I look around the room, noticing that it's gone under some renovation since I last visited. I'm amazed you found the time to decorate this place. It's looking good.
Oh, thanks. I squeeze in a little here and there. Usually when I have to watch someone close while they sleep.
Okie dokie then. That's a creepy way of putting it.
Oh, you know what I mean. Folks in recovery. At least a few people that experience seizures. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I know that's probably something that they have to do. I know that's definitely something they have to do, but like that was just the weirdest way I've ever heard it being worded, I mean.
Anyways, I'm proud of how it's looking. Genuinely can't believe I found that poster in such nice condition. I'm happy with how the Phoenix has turned out too.
I look towards the bony fellow at the side of the room. Oh, this guy? Yeah, he's Steve. What's up, Steve?
One day you will have to answer for your actions, and God may not be so merciful.
Yeah, classic Steve. What about him? Is that a real skeleton? Yeah, man, it's Steve. Although, little issue here, Steve might be missing his head a little bit. Headless horse Steve. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have a horse, just headless Steve. Oh well. Spruce checks my heartbeat and lungs using a stethoscope. Ugh.
No, it's plastic. A patient that scabs and junks a lot gave to me as a thank you. Trust me, if I wanted to get a real skeleton, I wouldn't have to look very hard.
She's wrong. She's lying to you. That's Steve. That right there is Steve. Guys, listen to me. If there's ever a skeleton hanging up in a hospital, it's just Steve. It's like an instance of Steve, okay? This one just happens to not have a head, but like, she's lying. There's no plastic ones. It's all Steve.
Really wish I had a skull, though.
Yeah, so does Steve. She nods and puts down the stethoscope.
Everything seems good from what I can see. But that's just what I can see. Tell me how you're doing.
No.
Anything odd lately? Odd sensations, pain, nausea, shortness of breath, stuff like that?
Man, I'm really having to think. I don't think there's much recently. I did go to sleep for a little while at work, and then during the dream and when I woke up, I couldn't remember anything. Let's see, that was a weird fever dream, by the way. God. But you know, other than the memory loss, I really think I'm okay. I really think I'm doing alright. I'm a little sore, but I think that's just from overworking. Maybe bad posture and being tired. I've also been seeing things.
What kind of things?
The sewing machines turned into brain monsters from Metroid and friggin' Resident Evil, whatever it was. Looked like a mixture of it looked like a mixture of the heads of lickers and like the Metroid friggin' alien things. Sometimes I'll be standing there and the world suddenly shifts. Like right before my eyes, it turns into something horrible. Horrible sounds, flesh growing where it shouldn't be. Things that aren't really there. My heart starts beating really fast and I freeze, terrified. And just like that, the world's back to normal and I'm panicking over nothing. My dreams are really strange too. Yeah, I can pull memories out of my head. Like, that's how I remembered my name is Lizzie when I got the memory loss. I just... You don't believe me, do you? She shakes her head. That wasn't what she meant.
I actually do believe you. Just thinking. Wish I could say this is the first time I've heard something like that, but...
But?
Well, some of the Mumblers I'm taking care of now said stuff like that. Before they turned.
Turned? Excuse... Are we playing a zombie game now? Really?
Yeah. Can I trust you to keep a secret?
No.
I'm only telling you because I think it's important you know.
Well, I agree. It's important for me to know everything, but like, I'm not gonna keep the secret. Shut up. Sure. Quit
Contrary
lying,
to what
Lizzie.
people think, the Crepuscule isn't the only place where Mumblers are made. Not anymore, at least.
Okay, so they're called Mumblers, whatever they are. You're kidding.
Not in the slightest. Granted, people have broken down before around the boarding. We know that. Lots of our neighbor brothers and sisters struggle with feelings of anxiety and depression. But this is different. Mumblerism, or whatever you want to call it, is a much more rare and severe thing. It's like a complete detachment from reality. People stuck in a looping night. It's like...
Oh, okay. It glitched.
From reality. People stuck in a looping nightmare that never ends. And all they can do about it is ramble.
That's... Mother help us. And it's happening around here now? Why haven't I heard about this?
As I said, it's really rare. I only have a few cases out of all the people I treat. And if the AC gang's been dealing with any, they sure aren't sharing.
I'm gonna try to give the character more personality.
I'm trying to keep it under wraps, as I haven't gotten to study enough people to get a grasp of the emerging symptoms or causes. And I don't want people to panic.
Yeah, I need to give the character I'm voicing right now more personality, because right now it just sounds like they're constantly in some sort of deep, depressing thought or something.
Mumblers already don't get the best treatment by most people. Imagine how people would be if they jumped to the conclusion that they're contagious.
Oh no, that wouldn't be good. That'd be repeating history right there, I think. I can see what you mean.
To be clear, I don't want you to jump to the conclusion that that's happening to you.
It's happening to me.
You might say
The Mumbler Shack?
yeah, it's about lunchtime and they need to eat. Would you mind?
I would. No, not at all. Lizzie! Shut up!
Great, thanks. There's keys hanging up by the door.
Oh, yay. I grabbed the bucket, which is full of some carefully assembled sandwiches wrapped in paper and bottles of water. I exit through the back door, which leads to a small yard with a small, roughly shed-sized building. Maybe slightly larger than that? Yeah, larger than that. I've never liked coming back here, as ashamed as I am to say. It's always good to help the Mumblers, but I mean, I can kind of hear them from here. It's very unsettling. Just endless word salad. If you try to parse what they're saying, you get these horrible vignettes of misery that you wish you could unhear. They can't help it though, and I shouldn't feel threatened. Even if I find it uncomfortable, Mumblers are harmless. I repeat that to myself as I unlock the shack door and enter. Inside is somewhat cramped, but I can't think.
It anymore, and he used to rock to crack his head open like an egg. Well, Billy's yolk spilled on the floor along with the egg whites. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't Timmy's fault. I swear to God, it wasn't his fault. What do you mean, where's the milk? What do you mean, where's the milk?
Who the hell is Timmy? I ponder almost if that end would be preferable to what the Mumblers go through now. They're alive, but can you call this living? No, this man's over here talking about Timmy killed a man. What's happening? I don't want to live having to like mumble shit the rest of my life, like depressing shit. Feeling my body already starting to power down, I walk through the door to house, ready to throw myself on the mattress before something catches my eye and freezes me in my steps. Resting on top of my bed was a paper envelope with a red wax seal, emblazoned with the Matron symbol. The thing that keeps loading in like the corner down here. My heart sank to the bottom of a deep dark canyon inside me, and bile began to bubble and chum violently in my stomach. I reached to pick up the envelope, hoping that this was an illusion, a trick of the light. It wasn't. It was real. As real as can be. The letters with the red wax seal were a legend amongst kids in the boarding. They say that it's the worst, most horrible piece of paper you could ever own in your entire life. I undid the seal and removed the letter inside. I unfolded it. My eyes darted back and forth, scanning the page. It read as follows. My dear child.
My dear child, the very thought of you.
Interrupt me, why don't you? Piece of shit. Do I need to click?
Seeing you
Yeah.
and your siblings grow through the years is always my special delight. I give so much of myself every day to ensure you all remain safe and secure inside these walls. Alas, I cannot do everything on my own. Every so often, I must rely on my children's support to do what must be done for the collective good, even if it means sending my darlings into the jaws of danger. This letter is to inform you that you have been personally selected to become a surveyor. This is a title of great honor, bestowed upon those that will brave the depths of the crepuscule for your mother matron's pride, as well as the continued survival of the boarding. You will be paired with 2 boys named Pucks and Rich. As soon as you receive this letter, you are to meet with them, make preparations for your journey below, and visit me at my dwelling in Mother's Tower. Attempts to shirk your duty will be met with severe punishment. I will see you soon, my dear, with all the love in the world. Your Mother Matron.
Did you ever hear the story about the girl in the sweater? No. Of course not. It's still being written. I hear it gets done like Quizlet. I'm so excited. What am I? What are you? What is anything? Everything and anything were nothing once, and they became something. I think things would have been better if they'd stayed as nothing. The disease called existing is widespread and cancerous, extremely virulent. It infected everything that was nothing and forced it to deal with the pain of being.
What? What the fuck? Okay.
But enough about things.
Pardon my language, but what the Fruit Loops is this thing talking about? And why does it kind of look like me? Ignoring my confusion, the creature steps around me and outside my vision. It fiddles with something behind me. The slurping sound grows faster. This world fades again. I think the game is saving anytime this shows up. I'm awake again, deeply confused, but awake. I sit there on the ground, frozen for a while before reality hits me again. I stare at the painting on my wall. The Mother Matron. Out of every person here that could have ever been selected, she ends up picking me. My mind is back to the Mumblers in Spruce's clinic. Them and the endless droning madness that's consumed everything about them. Entire people with dreams and personalities erased by trauma. Why? Why me? I think back to how I was supposed to work in a few days. How I was supposed to visit Spruce again and to make sure I was better. To keep living longer. No matter what I wanted to do, the decision was made for me. Mother needed me. I was not the kind of person that wanted to find out what happened when Mother's disappointed. But where to begin? After some thinking, I decided a good place to start would be by asking my neighbor sisters. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna end that episode here. If you guys liked this video, make sure to smash the like button, blast that subscribe button, and stay tuned for some more awesome videos just like Mother Matron. Have a good day.